We're going to make one of the best meatloaves you will ever eat. Okay, the first thing we're doing is putting in 1/4 cup of onion into 1 pound of 85/15 meat. We don't want it, we don't want our meatloaf too dry. We want it lean and moist, and oh my goodness, we want the best. Okay, now we're going to take up 1/2. Oh, my onions are, my eyes are a little runny from that onion. Now we're going to chop up 1/4 cup of bell pepper, and we're going to cut it about the same size as the onions. We want everything to be about the same size. Okay, we're going to put it right in our bowl with our onion and our hamburger. Now, I have some everything bread, and I got this at Walmart. It was, I think it was $1.82. This is delicious, toasted with tomatoes and avocado. And we want about probably about 1/4 of that loaf, and we're just going to start cutting it up. This has a lot of flavor in it, and we really, if you can get the end piece in there, oh yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Okay, we're going to put this in a separate bowl, and we're going to kind of break it up a little bit more with our fingers. The everything bread, I guess it's what you call everything Italian loaf. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take 1/4 cup of whole milk, and we're going to put it right in our bread. And we're going to kind of make sure we kind of break it up in there with that milk. We want it to get good and soggy, and just keep mashing it up with your fingers. And it will not become a paste, but it will become wet and very easy to manage. And we won't get dry pieces in our meatloaf. Remember, we do not want a dry meatloaf. We want it full of flavor. Okay. Now we're just going to pour this right in. It's like, if it comes into a ball and it's all wet, you're good. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. We're going to put it right in our bowl. Okay, now we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of Kinder's prime steak with black garlic and truffles. Just, it's so good, guys. 1 teaspoon. My son's got me hooked on these Kinders. I really like them. They spice up everything. Okay, we're just going to kind of mix it just a little. We're not quite done, but I wanted to break up that meat and start building that flavor. Okay, now we're going to put in 1/4 cup of ketchup. Just 1/4 cup. That's all we're going to need. Just going to stir it around. We don't want to overbeat it, but we want to make sure we mix it real good. And I find that these dough whisks, they even mix your meat so good. I love them. You don't even have, it's like using your hand, but you got this little whisk. Okay. Okay, I'm going to spray my loaf pan. And we're just going to start putting our meatloaf right in our pan. It smells amazing. Make it into a pretty loaf. and it doesn't feel too tight or too dry. It's going to be amazing. I always like to put a topping on, or kind of like a glaze. So we need about a cup of ketchup and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I always do this because it's my favorite. We have 1 cup of ketchup, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, and you can use prepared mustard, and a teaspoon of nutmeg. I love nutmeg in mine. You don't have to, you can leave that out. It's not a problem, but I personally love nutmeg. So we're just going to stir this around. Look at that meatloaf. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, we're just going to pour this glaze right on top. It's just enough to coat the top, and that's all we want. This is company fixing meatloaf. I'm just saying. If you got company coming and you're tired of all the turkey and the dressing, and which I don't get tired of none of that, but make you a meatloaf. Oh my gosh, they are delicious. A little bit of my bell pepper. I'm gonna take me a couple rings. When I was first married, I always put the rings, don't know why, on my meatloaf, and now it doesn't look like my meatloaf until I have the bell pepper on it. We're going to put this in a preheated 375 degree oven for 1 hour, and I'm going to check it to see if the internal temperature is 165. That's my preferred preference. So anyway, here we go. Meatloaf is not quite ready yet, but it has a lot of, you know, when the meatloaf is cooking and there's grease coming out, I always pull mine out about halfway through and get that grease out, and it makes a huge difference. There's grease in there. There's not a lot. This is 85/15, and that's the meat. That's what I really like, but I'm going to pour out some of that grease before it's finished cooking. Just going to take a glass, pour it right into a glass measuring cup. There shouldn't be a whole lot, but there's enough. We don't want to pour the glaze off. We just want to pour the grease out. I just always do that. There's not a lot, like I say, but it's just a habit. Because when I first got married, I had to use the cheapest I could, and I think it was 70, 30. I say you do not have to do that. It's just something that I do. Our meatloaf is done. Gorgeous. Wow, we're going to let it set for a few minutes and kind of let all those juices go back in, and then we're going to eat us some meatloaf. Hey, this is our meatloaf, and we're going to cut it, and we're going to eat some of it. Okay, we are going to try our meatloaf. And I know it's going to be moist. I can just tell. This meatloaf is so good. So flavorful. Amazing. Gosh, I just want to keep eating it. So you guys, I want to say thank you for watching, for commenting, for being the best audience on YouTube. You are amazing. Your kindness, your cards, your letters, your gifts. Guys, I don't know what to say. It just humbles me. I wanted to share this recipe with you because it is absolutely delicious. You guys go. You are the best audience on YouTube. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.